Alright, shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I start, I want to give honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Yahuwah Yahweh, which is the one true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one true name is Yahushai. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, because those are the men who I've learned this truth from, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. And shalom to you, sincere brothers scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. I am the brother Mashyach Ira Zakah from the servants of Yahweh, Yahushai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And pretty much this is going to be a quick hitter lesson, and it's going to be titled as Temptation. Alright, you individually, alright, when you come into this truth, you as a so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native American Indian, you're a true Hebrew Israelite according to the Bible. When you come into this truth, you're going to go through different obstacles in this truth. Alright, it can be many different levels. Alright, it could be you losing your job, you having finances issues, you losing your car, you know, you dealing with things mentally, you know, going through anxieties, depression, you know, feeling low in the spirit, you know, feeling vexed, whatever that is, mentally, spiritually, physically, you individually is going to go through different obstacles in this truth, and the Lord knows where to try you according to your own measure. Alright? And we're going to get some scriptures on this, and a little on this lesson is edifying. You know, this is James 1 and 2. It says, "My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations." Right? You want to count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations. Why? Why? Because that means that the Lord is dealing with you. Alright? So you want to count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, because that lets you know that the Lord is dealing with you. Alright? And, you know, I got a precept to back this up in a minute, which goes to Hebrews 12 and 6 through 9. Alright? So that lets you know that the Lord is dealing with you. Alright? When you going through things in this truth, it can be anything. Again, Satan can get a hold of your woman. She can bug out. It can be, if you have a woman, it can be with your woman. It could be financially. It could be, you know, you losing your job, losing your car, whatever it is. It could be mentally. It don't even have to be of physical. It could be mentally. You know, dealing with anxieties, panic attacks, you know, depression, you know, because we deal with many things in this flesh, in these carnal bodies. All right, but you got to count it all joy, and you got to know when you're being tried. All right, and you got to try to the best of your ability to endure that. All right, you got to endure it. You know, and if you're a person that can't endure through temptation, then maybe you're not at the elect. Maybe you were just a called and not the chosen, because again, you don't choose the Lord chooses you. All right, so the Lord is trying you. All right, you got to show yourself worthy in the eyes of the Lord. So you're going to go through different obstacles in this truth. Brothers know my situation. All right, so we got to continue to teach. That's what it's all about. Don't fall out of the truth because things is going wrong and you just feel like you ain't nothing now that you lost somebody, or you know, you ain't nothing now because this happened, that happened. Nah, you got this. What the Lord told Job? He said, "Gird up thy loins like a man." So you got to man up, man. It's easier said than done. I'm still hurting. It's easier said than done, but we still got to do the will of the Lord at the end of the day. We can't let nothing stop us from glorifying the Lord. So I read again from the top. So like it for the rambling. James 1 and 2. It says, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations." Right? Count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. Why? Because that lets you know that the Lord is dealing with you, man. That's why you want to count it all joy. Alright? Verse 3, it says, "Knowing this, that the trying of your faith, alright, the trying of your faith worketh patience." And when you go into the blue letter, that meaning of that word patience, I believe it's hupamene, alright, which means consistency or endurance. So you got to be consistent in this truth. Alright? You got to continually endure. Alright, you gotta continually endure. You gotta be consistent in this truth, man. You can't let nothing stop you from glorifying the Lord. You still gotta show yourself worthy, and it's a test. Alright, the Lord knows where to try you, man. The Lord will send Satan after you, and you can. The main thing is you can't get angry or upset when the Lord sends Satan after you. You can't get angry or upset when you're dealing with temptation. You gotta be able to just take it and deal with it, man. You know, take it and deal with it, man. You know. And I'm not telling brothers to deal with it. I'm talking about myself first and foremost when I say deal with it. I'm not telling you brothers to deal with something. You know, I'm going through my own situations. Brothers know. But, you know, I'm dealing with it, and, you know, and praying to the Lord and just asking the Lord to keep me strong through all of this, man. This is all overwhelming. You know, it's unexpected. But, hey, still going to continue to teach at the end of the day, because you working out your own salvation. Let's read again. This is James 1 and 3. It says, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. All right. So you being tried on your faith, man. You as an Hebrew Israelite, a so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native American, you're being tried on your faith. All right. And you can't get angry or upset when you go through it. When the Lord says Satan after you, you can't get angry or upset. You got to continually teach. You got to continually move forward, man. You got to continually move forward. And it's easier said than done, you know, because I'm talking like, you know, nothing's wrong and everything is fine. Everything ain't fine. Everything is going wrong, but you still got to continually teach. We still got to show ourselves worthy in the eyes of our Lord, Yahweh Mashyach Ira. That's what it's all about. You know, if your woman leaves you, keep teaching. All right? If things go wrong, keep teaching. Because you showing yourself worthy in the eyes of the Lord. That's what it's all about, temptation, man. The Lord is watching you. He's watching all of us. James 5 and 10. It says, take my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. See? So we got to suffer through this. This is called long suffering, man. Hey, it may seem challenging, brothers. It may be hurtful, brothers. But hey, everything that we're losing on this side is worth it, man. Because on the other side, it's going to be beautiful. All right? On this side, everything we losing, man, it feels like, damn, man, this, that, this, is that. Hey, what's on the other side is beautiful. Everything here is, the scriptures say everything here is temporal. But the things that are seen are temporal. But the things that are not seen are eternal. So what's on the other side is going to be eternal, man. It's going to be way beautiful than this here, man. This here ain't shit, man. You know, this place here ain't shit, man. You know, it's easier said than done, brothers. But everything here is nothing, man. This is shit here. This is James 5 and 10. It says, take my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience, man. Verse 11, it says, behold, we count them happy which endure. And that's the thing. We enduring through this, man. We are enduring through this to the best of our ability with faith. That's all we have is faith, man. Without faith, you ain't going to be able to sustain this truth. You'll fucking whack out and bug out, man. You know, especially with my situation, man. I just think the Most High is still putting the spirit on me to teach and keep my mind focused on Him. An average Jake, it would have fucking fell apart a couple of days ago. That would have fell fucking apart, man. They'd have fell apart. All right, they would have fucking fell apart, man. They'd have fell apart. They'd have probably drunk some fucking Drano. You know, they'd have fucking probably took a gun to their head, man. You know, or probably would have used their Eve as a fucking punching bag, man, and then getting locked up. We're not doing all that, man. That's why the scriptures say in Galatians 5 and 26, let us live in the spirit, also walk in the spirit. We got to be spiritual minded, man. We got to be spiritual minded, man. You know, it's easier said than done. The flesh gets very angry, irritated, and upset. But like the elders of Apostle Great Millstone say, we got to leave our emotions at the door, man. We want to continually teach and stay focused, going straight on that path, man. Not making no left and right turns because this happened and that happened, man. We still got to glorify the Lord at the end of the day. It's all about the Lord. All right, read it again. This is James 5 and 11. It says, behold, we count them happy which endure. It says, ye have heard of the patience of Job. And Job went through a lot. And he stayed consistent. Because that word patience, again, it goes into hupamene, which means consistency or endurance. And Job endured through all that, man. He had patience. He stayed consistent in the Lord. Even though he lost his kids. You know, his woman told him to give up on the Most High and die. All right. He lost all his wealth. You know, Satan was just fucking with him. And the Lord allowed Satan to do that to Job. So we know through how Job pulled through all that patiently, being consistent, he was rewarded double at the end of it. So we got to be like that. Job went through it. We got to go through it. All right. It says, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord, see, is very pitiful and tender of mercy. Because the Lord is trying you, man. The Lord is trying you. The Lord knows where to try each and every one of us individually, man, according to our own measures, man. So He knows where to try us at. He knows, let me try you here. Let me try him there. The Lord sends Satan after you. Go try him. Go try my servant here and see if he'll give up. Go try my servant there. See if he's going to continue to teach. That's how the Lord works, man. The Lord works in perfect balance, man. Let me get out Hebrews. You know, so brothers, Don't get angry or upset, man. It's going to be all right. Because at the end of the day, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Ashai, he's here, man. He's here with us. He's the one that's going to get us through these scriptures, man. That's why Elder's Apostle Great Millstone say, man, stay focused on the truth. Let me get that out before I get out Hebrews 12. This is Colossians. This is Colossians 3 and 2. All right, because this is what we are to be doing. We're not supposed to be focused on everything else. This is what the Lord wants us to do. This is Colossians 3 and 2. Here it is. It says, set your affections on things above and not on the things on the earth. Right, so you want to set your affections on the things above and not on the things of the earth, man. So you want to continually seek the kingdom. You know, that's where our mind is. You know, we're fighting our own crown, holding on to our crown, man. And it is a spiritual warfare out here. Yeah, it's a physical one, but it's also a spiritual one between ourselves, man. All right? So, you know, you want to continually, man, just whatever you're going through, immediately pray to the Lord, man. That's all I'm doing for myself. Is praying to the Lord and asking the Lord to keep me in the right mind, keep me in the right spirit. Because I'm being attacked right now, you know, especially with the situation I went through, you know, a couple of days ago. I'm being attacked right now in this flesh, man. So that's why I'm doing this lesson, you know, mainly to rebuke myself. It's to any brother out there, you know what I mean? Because we go through things in the flesh, but the main thing is to stay focused and continually pushing, brothers. Stay focused in the Lord, man. Stay focused in the Lord. This is Hebrews 12, and I start at verse 6. It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chastiseth. Right. So whom the Lord loveth, he chastiseth. So let's say you were Jake, before you came into this truth, you didn't go through nothing. All right, you didn't go through anything. But as you come into this truth, you know, down the line through time, things just start going haywire. Things just start going wrong. Well, that's a good sign. Because that lets you know what? That the Lord is dealing with you. That lets you know that the Lord is strengthening you up and building you up in the flesh, man. I mean in the spirit, man. So like the Lord is building you up in the spirit, man. All right? The Lord is building you up, you know? So it's don't think is it as bad that you're going through temptation or things ain't going your way. Hey, it's the Lord trying you, you know? It's the Lord trying you. Because the Lord even says he maketh rich and he maketh poor, you know? The Lord even says he kills and he makes alive, you know? So everything is through the will of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through the name of his only begotten Son, man. You know? So stay focused on the Lord at the end of the day. He's going to guide you. He's going to get you through. All right? It's not the end of the world if you lose a woman. It's not the end of the world if you're going through finances issues. It's not the end of the world if you go whatever you're going through. Whatever you brothers are going through, anxiety, I've been through that. I've been there. We're having anxiety mess with you, man, and things like that. Hey, man, the Lord is with you. Just know the Lord is with you. You're just being attacked. And the Lord is trying you on your faith, man. It's like it for the rambling. Hebrews 12 and 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chastiseth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. Right, so you're going to go through things when you come into this truth. Everything isn't going to come in here and be all sunshines and rainbows, and everything is just awesome because you're in the truth. Hell no, it don't work like that, man. You're going to go through obstacles. You're going to go into that. You're going to get them knots, bumps, and bruises. You're going to get them concussions. You're going to get injured ankles, injured body parts. But you got to pull through all that, man. This is a race. And we're all racing against ourselves, fighting against ourselves, continually pushing. And we're in the last days. So you don't want to be falling out of the truth. You know, you don't want to be falling out of the truth because your woman left you, or falling out of the truth because all these things is going wrong. And you know, while you're in this truth, you're being tried. And you got to know when you're being tried. You can't get angry or upset. You can't get angry or upset, brothers. I'm just speaking for experience from myself. Y'all know my situation, what I'm going through right now. So I'm continually teaching. Man. And all I have is faith is what to get me through at the end of the day. I got the elders. I got my brothers. The elders, Apostle Great Millstone, the brothers. And I'm pushing forward. That's all I can do. I'm not going to stop teaching because a woman left me. No. We got to continually teach. We got to continually push forward and move forward. That's what it's all about. This is all temptation at the end of the day. It's all about the Lord doing the will of the Heavenly Father, his only begotten Son, man. Verse 7, it says, if ye endure chastising, if ye endure chastising, verse 7, it says, Yahweh Bashim Ashai dealeth with you as with sons. So if you endure chastising, that lets you know that the Lord is dealing with you. The Lord is just prepping you up and building you up. Because you do all these lessons all the time. You're going out at camp once a week. You're doing all these lessons. You're speaking in the name of the Lord on camera. So the Lord is like, okay, I'm gonna try you here then, cause you speaking in my name, you doing the things that I see, which is really pleasing to me. Let me try you off camera a little bit. Let me try you here and bug your woman out and send Satan to hop on your woman and let her go and do some slick shit. Or let me try you here with this. Let me see if you still gonna teach if I take this from you or take that from you, or make sure this goes wrong with you, or make sure that goes wrong with you. That's how the Lord works. But you can't get angry or upset at that. That's what Job went through. You can't get angry or upset. You gotta build up and you gotta push. You gotta continually push through that. Ask the Lord to deliver you out of that situation and continually strengthen you in the spirit of your mind, man. Because the scriptures even say, give me any plague but the plague of the mind. Alright? And the wickedness of a woman, because you could lose your fucking mind, man. And that's scary. I wouldn't want that on myself or any other brother out there. You know, continually push, brothers. Man, these knots and bumps and bruises is not good. You know, it's not good at all. But continually push, man. Continually push. That's all I can tell you. We're all in this together, man. We're all in this together. We may not be in Great Millstone. We may be followers of Great Millstone. But hey, we're all brethren and we're all in this together, man. So you got to continually push. Continually tune in to lessons. Keep taking notes. Keep praying. Keep fellowshipping with brothers and keep pushing. Because you individually is working out your own salvation at the end of the day. You know? Verse 7, it says, if ye endure chastising, Yahweh Shemashai deals with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chastised not? Right, because that means that the Lord ain't dealing with you if you're not going through nothing. If everything you claiming to be in the truth and everything is just all handy-dandy, then something is wrong. Something is really wrong. You should really be worried. Verse 8, but if ye be without chastisement, so you come into this truth and nothing's going wrong with you, everything is good. Your woman ain't bugging out. You got all this money. Your house is good. Nothing's going wrong with you. Everything is just going great. You teach the word and everything is just going great. There's nothing going wrong. You're not being attacked spiritually, nothing. Everything is just good for you. Something is wrong. Something is really wrong, and you should be really worried about that. Because you should at least be, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know, reading in the scriptures of the book of Job, Job was tried on many different levels. All right? And, you know, the Lord knows where to try you. And if he's not trying you anywhere, then clearly he's not dealing with you, man. And that's something that you should really be worried about if you're that individual. All right? And I'm speaking for myself first and foremost. I would really be worried if everything was just going perfectly well with me and, you know, there's nothing going wrong. I would really be worried, you know. It's just a blessing to have this truth at the end of the day. That's all that matters to me. Verse 8, but if ye be without chastisement whereof, it says, all are partakers, then are ye, it says, then are ye bastards and not sons. Right, because that means that the Lord ain't dealing with you. You come into this truth and everything is just going well and you ain't, nothing is going wrong. Nothing at all. Everything is just great. Everything is just perfect. Your woman's fine. She ain't bugging out. Nothing. If you have a woman, everything is just totally perfect, then you should be worried, because that could mean that the Lord is not dealing with you. You just probably just the called and not the chosen, because the scriptures say in Hebrews 12:6 that the Lord chastises who he loves. So to let you know, if you're going through something, that means the Lord is dealing with you. If you're not going through nothing, then that's a problem, because the Lord is not dealing with you. All right. So, hey, man, that's what it's all about. Staying focused on this truth. This is our wife, man. This is what's going to keep us comforted at the end of the day. You know, the scriptures, man. The scriptures is what's going to keep us girded, man, and protected, man, and give us a sound mind, keep us from bugging out. This is our medicine, man. All right, brothers. So, let me get out one more precept. But yeah, brothers, man, you know, you want to continually teach. All right, don't let nothing. Again, don't let nothing. I went too far. Don't let nothing stop you from glorifying the Lord, man. Okay, yeah, 2 Peter 1:6. All right. So that's what it's all about, man. 2 Peter 1:6. It says, and to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience, and to patience godliness. And that's what it's all about. Being consistent in this truth. Being patient. Being consistent. Alright? Keeping our minds focused on the Lord. Nothing else, man. Everything else out here does not matter, man. The Most High is all that matters. Yahweh Shema Shai, that's all that matters. Because what Yahweh Shai said, those that are my brother, my sister, my mother, is those who do the will of my Father. And that's what it's all about. We're doing the works. We labor in His truth to receive salvation, man. We're making a calling. We're being diligent to make our calling and election sure with diligence. So we laboring in this, all right? You're going to go through obstacles and you're going to go through things, brothers. The main thing is to try to endure through that. It's easier said than done. It's very challenging, but you can do it, man. If you had a faith. So, hey, I'm in it there with that. Lord willing, that's edifying. I want to give honors, glories, praise to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Kakodash. And double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. And shalom to you, sincere brothers. Scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. I am the brother Mashyach Ira Zakah from the servants of Yahweh Yahushai, Camp Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to you, sincere brothers out there at the water for the support and to the brothers out there, man. By all means, the water. Call Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Kakodash. And Lord willing, that's edifying. Shalom.